Let's continue our Google Ads course. In the previous lesson we created a new Google Ads account and set up the payments detail. And this one, we start working on keywords research. If you find this video randomly through search, here's a quick note. This is a complete Google Ads course here on YouTube organized in playlist format. You can find it on the main page of this channel. I show the full course program in first video. Alright, first thing, let's open our Google Ads dashboard. We won't have a separate lesson just to explain the interface. Instead, I'll be showing you everything step by step. That way you'll naturally remember where things are and start to understand the logic behind the platform. If you click the three bars in the top right corner, you can open a navigation menu to switch between categories and tools. Right now we need Tools, Keyword Planner section. Let's go there. Here we're interested in the option called Discover New Keywords. This isn't the only feature available here, but we are moving from simple to advanced step by step. My goal is to help you understand the logic, because once you get that, you'll be able to solve any problem almost intuitively. You can click the three bar again to hide the menu and free up some space. Now click Discover New Keywords. You can also enter a website, so Google can suggest a keywords idea based on its content. But I don't recommend doing that unless you really have to. I'll search by keyword and you should do the same. Let's enter our main queries. A keyword is simply the way people search for something. In my case, that's manicure and pedicure. Manicure, enter, pedicure, enter. The language setting here is a user browser language, and the location is where your potential clients are. I'll leave both as they are for now. I'll change them later because I need to show you a few comparisons first. I'll explain why in a minute. Now click Get Results, and here's what we get. At the bottom of the screen you'll see a message. To get more detailed statistics, run a campaign. That means Google doesn't provide exact stats until you've spent some money on ads. To show you this more clearly, I'll enter the same queries inside my working account. Here it is. Right away we can see a chart. It shows how search volume changes over the past 2 years. Let's close it for now, so it doesn't distract us. So, here's what it looks like in practice. Manicure, 135,000 searches. Pedicure, 301,000 searches. That's accurate data. In the new account, but the way let's close Refine Keywords. We don't need that now. Here it says from 100,000 to 1 million. For example, gel nail polish in the working account shows 90,500 searches, but in the new account it shows a range from 10,000 to 100,000. Since it doesn't show exact stats, we see empty column under 3 months change and year-over-year change. In the old account this data is available, and therefore we also get charts showing monthly trends. However, we can still rely on the new account data for ad setup. I do have access to full stats, of course, but to keep things fair, I'll show you all further steps using the new account. Later in the next lesson, when we group keywords, I'll show you both versions again. So that course is equally helpful for beginners and those who already have active accounts with real budgets. Alright, let's move on. We entered 2 keywords and Google generated 1,882 keywords ideas based on them. We usually call them keywords, but technically they are keywords phrases. It just sounds shorter to say keywords. Even though I only entered manicure and pedicure, Google also suggested phrases like nails near me, which don't even contain our words. But Google assumes it's still relevant. Let me show you how that works. Amazon suggested there's keywords nail salon. Remember, we currently have 1,882 keywords ideas. Let's click here at Add Nail Salon. Now press Enter twice or click Get Results again. And now we've got 3,425 keyword ideas. That's a huge boost and very useful if you don't want to advertise for all the money in the world. Here's why. This column shows the complication level for each keyword. In real life, it doesn't really matter for us, because we'll control everything through bits anyway, and we'll talk about bidding strategy in a separate lesson. But look at these two columns: top of page bid low range and top of page bid high range. What does it mean? The high range means your ad appears right below the search bar, and a low range means position 1 through 4 right below it. And low range means position 1 through 4 right below it. For example, the keywords manicure shows a low competition, but that's not actually true. It's a very competitive keyword, and you can easily see that by simply typing it into Google search yourself. This is always the best way. Go straight to the source, not to random tools. Here, the top of position bids $6.29, and the top of page bids only 21 cents. But don't rely on those numbers too much. The auction runs in real time. Every time someone searches, and apart from competition, Google also considers your CTR, at first in users an expected CTR, but over time it replaces it with your real CTR. We'll get deeper into that later. No need to overthink it now. The main idea is this: most people don't take the time to go through keywords manually. They just rely on automation. And because of that, they miss tons of great keywords with a low real competition and cheap bids. When you set up ads for your own business, you'll never do it halfway like agencies that work on volume. If you do your keywords research properly once, your campaigns can bring you tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars a year after year. To expand your keyword list, you can use various services. Look at Google Autocomplete Suggestions. But honestly, for a starting point, what Google provides here is more than enough. As I said before, most people don't even analyze this. They just throw in tons random words from different tools. I call that keyword dust. So, now you know which stats really matter and which ones you can safely ignore. But there's still one important thing left, since we are working with a local business, a nail salon in Miami. Not mine, just an example for this course. We need to change the location for our keyword data. Click where it says United States. Oh, but the way that you can also change the language right next to it. But that's not the language people use in the searches. It's just browser interface language. We'll talk more about this later when we start building campaigns. Now click the location. It's the moment it's set to the entire United States. The number 319 million here doesn't mean users. It's the number of devices, computers, smartphones, tablets, TVs that can show ads in this region. Click inside the enter location to include field and type the location you want to target. I even typed it with a typo, but Google still understands what I meant and suggests the correct options. Let's pick the one we need. Click include. It shows 11,300,000 devices. Right now we have two locations selected. So let's remove the entire United States by clicking on the X next to it. Later, when we build actual campaigns, we'll be able to target even specific zip code. But when we are doing keywords research, there's no need to over-segment everything. Click Save. The number of keywords didn't change. It's still 3,425. For this course, I'm using only 3 base keywords, so the list don't get too big and boring. But for your own business, you should go much deeper. What it changed is the search volume. As expected, it's now smaller. We are seeing thousands instead of millions, which is logical because before we were looking at the entire United States. The system also recalculated CPC bids for both the top of page and the top position. Previously, they were average across the country. Now they reflect the reality of Miami specifically. Each location has its own competition level, so those numbers have changed too. In the working account, it's the same data. We just see more detailed stats and monthly trends there. Now we need to download everything. Click Download Keywords Ideas, and you can choose between CSV file or Google Sheets. By the way, there's now an automated option to organize 3,425 keywords ideas in ad groups. But while you are taking this course, that's a bad idea. Do it manually, just like I am showing. After finishing the course, you'll understand how everything works, what really matters and what doesn't. And only then will you be able to decide when automation makes sense and when it doesn't. For now, this isn't one of these cases. I'll choose Google Sheets and click Download. The report has been prepared and done. Open it. We'll work with this file in the next lesson. We'll go through the keywords, group them properly, and build our negative keyword list. That's it for this lesson. Do what I showed you. Hit the like button, I'd really appreciate it. You can also leave a comment to share how it went for you. And if you still have any questions, you can ask me directly on Discord. Link here. See you in the next lesson. Bye for now. Think bigger and make money.